everyone, it's Leandra at the Lexington facility for New Vocations Racehorse Adoption Program. Today for our meet and greet, I have Indian Companion here again. He is a 2010 gelding, and we have already done him in one of the meet and greets, but figured we'd highlight him again. He is on our website currently, so horseadoption.com. If you go to horses, you can see his profile there. But because we've started now the Trainer Tip Tuesdays, and we've had some things coming in, Indian Companion could be a good example of some of the things people have asked about. So we'll kind of see how things go, but just as a little background on him, he had 67 starts on the track. His last race was in November, so he's a pretty seasoned ex-racehorse now, but when they've had that much time on the track, especially when they've ended their career a little bit older, sometimes they're not as much of a clean slate as the babies are. They're more malleable mindset, so once they're a little bit older, it can be a little more challenging to work through things because it's a little more ingrained in their neurological pathways and their muscle memory. So let's just see what happens, because every ride's a little bit different. So we'll see how he does, and if something comes up, we'll go over it. All right, I'm gonna bring this around. So the girls have been working with him on standing at the mounting block. So sometimes he doesn't stand, and just because he's standing right now doesn't mean he'll continue to. But the key to working with a horse who's not patient at the mounting block is patience yourself. Because if they're lacking it and you don't have it, then you don't have it anywhere. So I like to stand here, like hopefully you can get to this point. If not, like if they are getting fidgety, you can walk around. So the key here being to keep them moving and keep a little pressure on them. And pressure can mean a lot of different things. Like I'll just kind of poke him in the sides, but you're going under the same mindset of making the right thing easy and the wrong thing hard. So this is going to be where he's going to feel ideally comfortable, and it's going to be easy because you won't have to move. So we give him lots of praise. So this is his happy place. We're setting this up to be his happy place, and that happens when he stands and is patient here. If he doesn't want to be patient, don't get mad at him. Just put a little pressure on him. Make him keep moving. Keep a little pressure on the bit, and just keep them working so that that becomes the hard thing. To make the right thing easy and make the wrong thing hard. Once we're here, you can make sure you tap them on the bum. You might be able to do little adjustments here. And then try not to take too much time at the mounting block, because they usually get legs up on the track. So it's not something that they are trained to just stand there. That'll take time. It's also less comfortable for them. It's easier on their backs if they're moving while you get on. So try to sit lightly, and they can walk off and then maybe ask them to stop afterwards. So it becomes habit. Nice pat here, and even if it's for a moment, you're going to be working up slowly. You can't expect them to get it all at once. Okay. So another thing to work with Indian Companion is just standing still. And that can be something that's difficult for horses, especially when they've been on the track. Having to just stand there is not something that you're usually asked to do. So you're going to go under that same mindset of making the right thing easy and the wrong thing hard. We're going to give him a lot of reward for when he's standing still, even if it's because he's distracted. It's hard to show you what to do if they're not fidgeting. So say he starts fidgeting a little bit. I'm going to try to, what I call, close the windows. So when they're moving in a direction you're not asking them to go, you can think of that as energy escaping from, say this is our house. So if we have energy escaping out one window, you're going to close that window, and you do it by closing your aids. And when I say close your aids, that would be, so say he starts moving to the left, and I don't want him to move to the left, then I will put a slight pressure pressure right there is to close the window. You can do the same thing with your rein aid. So say he's moving off that direction, I would hold my hands in a balanced, centered way. And so if he's moving into that rein, he'll feel that closing of that window. So you're basically trying to just keep them square between your legs and your hands. So you're centralizing the energy, closing the windows where the energy escapes then. I'll ask you to move on. You did a really good job. Now, one of the other things that Indian Companion is still working on is to keep his head carriage a little bit lower. He'll keep his head upright, and you can see that in a lot of racehorses. That becomes a very strong muscle under their neck. So then it's not as second nature to have a long and low head carriage. But for careers off the track, a lot of disciplines require or horses do best when they develop the top line muscle. So the muscle along the top of their neck, down their crest, along their back, all the way to their tail. And in order to develop that, which becomes a really critical part of the horses being able to do things like collect, you have to start with being able to get them to redistribute the pressure that they are putting into their four limbs, so the front, their head, and their front legs. And in order to do that, you need to get the forward motion and then have them be able to respect the bit in your hand aid. So in a sense, you're driving them from the back to the front, using your legs and using your seat into your hands. But you have to keep in mind that that is a really confusing thing, especially to green horses and young horses, because to them, in a really simplistic way, you are asking them both to move forward and to move backwards, because you're asking them to stay basically, so if you have energy from the back, and then you're keeping it from escaping out the front, then you have a forward and backwards motion to keep it ideally centered here. But to them, if you don't help them bridge that gap, you're asking them to go forwards and backwards. And that can make them feel trapped and feel like they need to escape. And that can result in things like rearing or them pushing into your hand, rooting, lots of different types of behaviors that are not ideal. So you need to be light in your ask, and that's why I like to say use as little pressure as possible so that you keep that sensitivity. And then help yourself out, make sure you have the right kind of bit to help you do the job. For example, and I want to preface this by saying I don't like to use a lot of tools. I don't like to use martingales because I think when they're green and they don't have the natural carriage, that they can end up bracing on them, which we don't want to encourage. You can use it as a tool, but I don't like to use it consistently because I think that they need to be able to understand the basics before you introduce that tool. So a bit like the Boucher bit here, or boucher, because I say it in a terrible Americanized way, helps them to distribute the pressure from your hand in a way that makes sense when you're trying to encourage that dropped headset. So if I lift my hands and close my legs, you see his natural inclination is put his head up. But by lifting my hand and keeping that little bit of pressure on, you'll see in a second here, hopefully, because I'm trying to close those windows. And you see he's backing up because he's trying to understand. And he drops his head, and I drop my hand, so that pressure releases as soon as he tries. But do you see how the bit's actually helping me to accomplish this job? So when I lift the rein, this part, that's the upper shank part of it, it's attached to the cheek piece. And I have this fairly loose right now because I want him to stretch. But when I lift the rein, this drops down. It connects to the cheek piece, which connects to the piece that goes over their pole. And you see he carries a lot of tension here. And that's part of that upper headset. So you can have like a body work specialist work on them to release that muscle. But you see that by it putting pressure on the cheek pieces, you're distributing that pressure on the top of their pole. So when you have that, I'm using the leverage of this bit to encourage him to drop his head. And then when he stops pulling against it, when he gives even that moment of release, he feels the release right there. So you're asking in the appropriate ways to encourage the motion that you're trying to get. And he's also standing really, really nicely right now, so we'll make sure that we give him lots of praise for that. And you see he's already starting to get the general idea. So set them up for success. Make sure the biomechanics of your task are actually working for you. And then a lot of it is just patience and trying to understand that they're trying to work it out. So I'm closing the windows. I have, my reins are actually quite loose right now, but I'm trying to just put on as little pressure as possible. And it's easier to do actually when you're walking. There you go. So he has a little moment of release. I'll do the same thing. I'm using my leg to push him up into my hand where he's meeting a little bit of resistance, and I have it raised so that he feels that the appropriate leverage in his head, and that's distributing behind his ears and his pole to encourage that downward movement. So already he's having a lower head carriage just from these simple exercises. And it's helpful to work at low speeds before you introduce higher speeds, especially if they'll stand for it. Sometimes working at the trot can be easier. They have a lot of extra energy. But I'm just going to keep this up with him for a second here. And you can just squeeze the reins like you would a sponge so that it's not a constant pull. Because when it's a constant pull, they can brace against you. You will not get a release when they're bracing. That's an opposite mindset. So if they're bracing, they can't release. So give them the opportunity to release by just introducing a sort of pulse by squeezing the reins. So you're pulsing it. It's not a constant pull. There's nothing constant for them to pull against. And you're not seesawing. You're just squeezing the reins like you would a sponge. And you see he's trying to figure it out, and he's having some really nice moments. So I'll do the same thing. I'm sort of pulsing that rein. And I'm asking him to back up now. So I want to get a little tiny release here. And he's trying to figure it out. You'll hear him like the grinding. He's a little frustrated, but he's being really good. He's a little distracted right now. There we go. That was really nice. So some of our horses, especially the older ones who are seasoned war horse types, you know, that you might have to work through some things like that, but it's really doable. As you can see, there wasn't a lot of fireworks in what we just did. So Indian Companion, he's a really great horse to work with. He's 10 years old. He has a mature mentality. He does have osselets, and that's the one thing he has is sort of his bracelets, his jewelry from his race career. But it doesn't impede him in the daily work that we do, and he has a lower range of flexibility, but in general work here, it doesn't affect him. So just a cosmetic thing for the most part. Indian Companion here is still looking for a home, so check out his profile on our website, horseadoption.com. If you go to the tab that says horses, you'll see Indian Companion here, and the pictures and the videos we've taken of him. So please check him out. If you're looking to adopt, consider him and our other horses who are listed up on our website. If you're not already an approved adopter, that's going to be the first step to open the door so that you can check out all of our horses and get their information. And please tune back in at 1 o'clock Eastern time or in about 40 minutes if you're watching this from a different time zone. But we have our virtual tour right after this. So tune back in for that, and then every day at noon we have a new adoptable horse to show you. We'll try to give you a little more insight like this, and I hope we'll see you again a little later.